Thank you for tuning in to Global Elite Consultant, brought to you by Global Elite Academy. If you have any questions or need help opening up your non-medical home health agency, please go to globaleliteacademy.net. Look up our phone number and give us a call. We also have a do-it-yourself program, and we have a one-on-one service that we can help you with. Step by step, help you get set up, trained to open your own non-medical home health agency. Vermont is a non-regulated state, so you do not need a license to open up a non-medical home health agency. What you need is a business name, and sometimes I forget to say this on some of these audios because I just assume that you have to have a business name. But just make sure that nobody else has your business name. So you also can run it through the state's process, but you also can Google it as well and make sure another company with your name that you're choosing does not come up. So then you want to pick the structure. If you're going to have a LLC or a corporation. Then you want to go to irs.gov and apply for your EIN number, which is your employee identification number. You want to make sure you get your insurance, your liability insurance. You could check with Vermont State to see is there a certain requirement that they require for non-medical agencies to have for the liability insurance. If they don't have anything, then you could just check with the insurance company in your area because they may know. Or you could contact my office and then we'll tell you how much is required in other states, and then maybe you could use that. But you want to make sure that you definitely have insurance. If a caregiver falls on the way to work going up to the patient's house, if it's snow and she falls, they might file a lawsuit. So you don't want to have to come out of your pocket for anything. So make sure you're covered with your insurance. And let me see what else you need. You're going to have background checks on everybody who starts working for you, whether it's caregivers, support team, office employees. You're going to have background checks. But to start off, you'll do your background check if you're going to be working in your company. Like as an administrator, you want to do your background check. Okay. And then since there's no way for you to upload, you don't have to fill out an application or anything, but you do still need your policy and procedure manual. So you could purchase that from us. We'll help you, create that policy and procedure manual for Vermont. And so you can usually the policy and procedure manual is $2,000. It doesn't matter what state it's from. It's usually still $2,000. So we'll help you. Well, we will create that for you, and then you could purchase that from us. You could go to again Global Elite Academy and globaleliteacademy.net. And I think it's a form on there that you could fill out if you need a policy and procedure manual. If it's not a form, then just give the office a call and we'll help you out with that. Okay. So when you get ready to hire, now usually people use Indeed to hire. But I think I like to get this software. Because with the software, you only post one time. You post, like, say if you want to, the company that we use, they also are posted on colleges and stuff. So you would post a job one time, and the job would go on Indeed, Monster, all of those places like that. And then it'll also post on the colleges. So it's like over 250 places you could place, for one ad, you know what I mean, for a caregiver. So we usually use that software for that, because you're going to have to get all your softwares when you open up an agency. You need your onboarding software. You need your patient to bill the patient. You need that software. You need software for the caregivers to clock in and out and to do their charting. And you also need the payroll software. So there's a lot of software you need. When you go through our one-on-one training, we have the companies come in to the Zoom and give you a demo about their company. And we usually give you two, and then you could choose which one you want. And because you're signing up through our company, we always make a agreement with the company to give you a discount on all of your softwares that you're going to use. So we can get you a discount. Now, for the onboarding, I think, that you could just get one of them crypto emails, a certain server or something, how they do, where you could just send certain emails through. So I think you could just upload it and send the people all the paperwork and stuff yourself through a cryptic email. You just pay, extra for that, instead of going through a company and onboarding it. But you could do it that way too, but it just depends how your finances is. If you can't afford to get all these different softwares, then you can, get a company to do the email, to send the paperwork, to onboard them yourself. Because I had a client come to me, he spent $30,000 on branding. And then he didn't have anything left, or very little left, for marketing. So you don't want to spend your money on all these softwares and then you have nothing for marketing. Because again, if you don't have a patient, you don't have a business. And then if you don't market, who knows you're there? Who knows your business is open? Who knows your business is taking clients if you don't market it? So you have to do marketing. And it just amazes me how many people sign up for my one-on-one course and they don't have any money put aside for marketing. Like they just think the patient's going to fall out the sky or something. You need marketing. Even for the lower income, for the IHSS patients, you're going to get a lot of them from the social workers, but a lot of them are going to see your ad and call you direct and tell you that they have IHSS and they don't have an agency, and they need an agency. So you would sign them up under you. You're going to get quite a few of those through your ad. So they're not going to all come from the case manager. So you definitely need to market if you want to have a successful business. So then besides all your software, because I don't know who you're going to use to clock in and out and for the employees charting and things like that. So you have to have that payroll. Who we're going to use for payroll. So again, for the one-on-one service, we set up these meetings, and then you can meet the people yourself, the companies, and decide which company you want to use. If you're doing it yourself, In the do-it-yourself program, we have listed several companies that you're able to call because it's a do-it-yourself. So you're able to call them and set up your own demo and then choose which one you want. Now, usually if you're setting up your own demo, you're not going to get the extra discounts because you don't have a lot of people that you're going to refer to them. But if you come through our program, the one-on-one program, we definitely could get you big discounts. Like I think one company, they charged for the premium package, it was like $399, and $100 they charged for the standard package. So for our company, they gave us a big discount for the premium package. Instead of paying $399, they gave it to my people for $100. So you really get some good discounts when you go through the one-on-one. And then also, what is that called? DocuSign. We get you some really good discounts at DocuSign and eFax for all of that software, everything you use. We could get you discounts for that if you come through the one-on-one program. If you go through the do-it-yourself program, I'd have to look like I should be able to get you a discount for that too, but I'd have to, maybe you could use the same discount as I give for the one-on-one. If you do our course, if you take the course online, do it yourself, we'll also give you discounts for that software too. You just have to contact the office and then or what you would do is whoever it's on the PowerPoint slides, and you would call the ones on the PowerPoint slide. Then when you pick one, you would just call or send me an email or something in the office, and then I probably already have a discount with them, and then I'll just give you the code or whatever it is you need to use for that discount. Okay, so I think that's it, what you need to open up your own non-medical agency in Vermont. If you have any questions, like always, put them in the comments, and then I will answer them and talk about them on a follow-up show. Have a good week.